Hello again, whiskey friends. Welcome back to the Whiskey Riff Lounge. It's Kelsey. We are doing the top 5 whiskey and cigar brands for 2025. This should be a pretty interesting and fun list. I think some of these might surprise you, some may not, but let's get into it. We'll see you right back here in just a second. So 25 was kind of filled with a lot of weird things going on in the whiskey world, from bourbon sitting on the shelf that had always been, right off the shelf, to distilleries pausing distillation. I mean, all kinds of weird stuff going on. But it was also the year that I feel like we got some great whiskey for single barrels, as well as some heritage releases that really knocked it out of the park. So without further ado, we're going to do a cigar first and then a whiskey and go down the list. So, at number 5, one of my new and favorite brands for cigars is Haze Gray. Now, this is the Admiral. It's called War Dogs, but Haze Gray is the brand. We had them on the show not too long ago. This one is my particular favorite of theirs so far. They're about to release in January a new line. It's Brothers of the Sea. And, just a really great people there at Haze Gray with Rui and his wife and his brother. So, number 5 on the bourbon is one of our favorites, Old Dominic. Now, this came out this year. It was kind of a super, they kind of anticipated it being really good and going fast, but they didn't anticipate it going that fast. This is their 8th year of their own distillate. Now, previously, Old Dom had been sourcing from MGP. They switched over a couple of years ago to their own distillate, same mash bill, but their own distillate, and had really started knocking it out of the park. We've done 2 different single barrels with them. This is an 8-year release that was on the shelves in Tennessee and a couple other places, but man, that 8-year was very impressive, along with their regular cast strength offerings down to their Tennessee bourbon. So pretty interesting stuff at Old Dom. We're going to go back there this next year as well. So kudos to you guys. Let's go to number 4, Cigar. Now, this is a company that I absolutely love. Everything that I've smoked from them, I had to reorder some of these because they just re-released. This is the Deliverance from Black Label Trading Company. I always love their artwork. It's really fun and kind of dark, and I like that. But such an incredible smoke. Check out Black Label Trading Company. They also have another line that's called Black Work Studio as well. Really enjoy their sticks. Now, as you're seeing so far with the first 2, I'm more of that full-bodied, dark Nicaraguan type of cigar. But we'll get into some other ones that I think that will surprise you that I really enjoyed. But Black Label Trading Company, for me, between their presentation, their artwork, their construction, their blends, everything just kind of fit right in line with like my personality, but also with my palate. So check out Blackworks Studio and Black Label Trading Company. Now, this one is no surprise that this is on my number 4, JD. This is their single barrel heritage release this year for Toasted Barrel. But I have to say their Coy Hill release this past year and some of the Coy Hill Ryes that have come out this past year have been absolutely phenomenal. We were lucky enough to try to be able to get a rye and a bourbon. So I'm super excited about those for 2026 as they come out. But also Jack for the last few years have really impressed me with the 10-year, the 12-year. I did get to taste the 14-year this year and it was phenomenal. Jack Daniel's is killing it as far as the heritage release brands that are coming out with consistently great whiskey for a reasonably priced point too. I mean, they're 12 for $100 or a little bit over. A lot of these brands are struggling to kind of keep up with where the market's going, whether their people are going to be looking for more budget offerings or they're going to be looking for high-end offerings only a couple of times a year. I think that the whiskey buying has definitely gone down for most people. But also, I think people are being a lot more selective about what they are going to pick up for their money. So with that, we'll go on to one of my new favorite brands that I really fell in love with, which is Crown Heads. So these are two different offerings from Crown Head. Thunder Kiss is their newest one, and La Creme has been around for a while. Now, the Thunder Kiss is more of a medium bodied stick. I really, really enjoy this. This is sub $7 stick, which is incredible budget stick. But man, it's not a budget on the experience. This is a great, great blend. Kudos to John Huber and Crown Heads and what they're doing. They're based out of Tennessee. Great brand. This happens to be my absolute favorite go-to smoke every night, just about, or every other night. This and root beer for me, or this and whiskey for me, are just two incredible pairings that I absolutely love. Smoke it all the time. Tell everybody I can about it because I think the La Creme is going to be going away. So I'm going to have to find a new one, which I think the Admiral will probably take its place because it's kind of a similar blend. The Admiral's a little bit more punchy, has a little bit more depth to it, but the La Creme, there's something about that sweetness and darkness that I love on that blend. So with that being said, our number 3 is our old buddies at Copper and Cask. This was their cigar blend, which was freaking amazing, by the way. Steven, you guys are killing it. Now, they do regular releases that are on the shelf as well as single barrels. We've been blessed to be able to do a couple single barrels with them. We're going to do another one and hopefully a special release that be paired with a cigar, hopefully in the next year or so. But Copper and Cask has really done a great job of not only blending incredible whiskey, but producing some great single barrels. I really feel like Steven and the team has got a pulse on where the whiskey world is. Their price points are right where they need to be and where they should be. Great value, but incredible whiskey at the same time. I know that Darrell loves being over there with Steven all the time, looking at barrels, tasting barrels. Like, guys, you can't believe what's coming out. So it's always fun to be on the forefront and interact with some of these distilleries and whiskey brands that are putting out some incredible whiskey. Now, in the number 2 spot, this is probably one of my favorite morning coffee sticks. This is the Johnny Tobacco Nut. Now, I did a review whiskey pairing with this one. This is the Robusto size. I think the other one was a Toro size. In the mornings, most of the time I'll do a Robusto just because I don't want to sit around for an hour and 45 minutes smoking, drinking coffee. I like to have a 45-minute smoke, 30, 45 minutes just to get through my coffee. But Johnny Tobacco Nut is from Room 101, Matt Booth. If you don't know who that is, he's quite the character, but he is producing some incredible lines of cigars between the Room 101 brand, the, oh my gosh, Los Stados brand. This one is really, really interesting because it's not your typical Connecticut. It's got a little bit more depth and flavor to it. So if you're a morning coffee and cigar person, I would really, really encourage you to try this one out. It's got a little bit more depth than your typical Connecticut's. The other one that I smoke a lot of is Brick House, and I've already talked about that one a lot. But this one is special. There's something different about it, along with coffee, that just really hits home and really, really does well with it. So in our number 2, this happens to be the most surprising whiskey brand of 2025 for, I think, all 3 of us. We're so excited about our single barrel that's about to come out of this. This, of course, is the Silver Springs Sweet Rye Whiskey. So shout out to Brandon over at Brutally Honest Bourbon for turning us on to this particular brand. And man, they are doing some really great stuff between this, the J.W. Kelly bourbon that they're putting out, and they're sourcing incredible whiskey from all over the world, whether it be from Scotch to rye to whatever, bourbon. This particular brand, I'm telling you guys, if you're not getting or seeing this brand, seek it out. This is one to hunt. The price point is under $40. The age statements are anywhere from 8 to 10 years old on these particular rye whiskeys. I know the one that we have coming out is going to be probably our best single barrel to date. And I'm not just saying that. I really, really believe that that's probably one of the best ones we've ever picked. Matter of fact, the guy that we were picking this from was like, "Are you sure you want that?" Because he wanted it for himself. So look out for that particular brand, Silver Springs Sweet Rye. If you aren't seeing it in your shelves, go to your distributors, see if you can get it. I'm telling you, for the money and for what the quality of the whiskey is, you're not going to find a better product. So let's go over to my number 1 cigar brand of 2025. This is the brand that probably got me the most excited about cigars when I first really got reintroduced to it. It is one that I love just about everything that they've done so far up to this point. These are two that are my favorite besides the holiday releases. I'm talking about Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. So you got my evening stick over here, Red Meat Lover, and you got your morning stick over here for the Sombra Mesa. Both of these are incredible blends. Steve Saka is a freaking cigar genius. I love just about everything that he's put out. Price point on these can range anywhere from, 10 to $14 on them. And so just be sure that you check out Dunbarton, look it up, make sure you guys are trying that. I'm telling you, the Red Meat Lover is probably my favorite thing that they do. Now they everything that I've tried from them, whether it's the Sin Compromiso, the Solita Reds, to the Umbagog, which is kind of their budget stick, that all phenomenal. Have tons of those that I smoke all the time as well. But overall brand that I smoked the most this past year definitely has to be Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. These guys are doing great things. Thank you to Dunbarton for sending a sample media pack as well to give out to you guys, which we've given away. Really appreciate all of the updates on what blends are coming out as well. Now, it's probably no surprise what's going to be coming in at number one. This is a brand that I drink religiously. There's a ton of it over here, actually over there somewhere. You see it. That's right. Wild Turkey. This was the Russell's 13 from this past year, this release. Russell's is probably near and dear to my heart for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is because it's always consistently good. Russell's picks are crazy good. I love their profile. I love turkey profile. I love dusty turkey. Everything about this particular whiskey brand for me, from their budget offerings on the shelf, from Rare Breed to Wild Turkey 101 to their Rise, the 101 Rise, to their Kentucky Spirits, all of their lines hit for me. I have yet to have one that has just been off. Some are better than others, but they all pretty much hit for me. And this particular Russell's was an incredible release this past year. The 15 year before, as you probably would guess, Wild Turkey would be on this list. Yes, it is. I hope you guys are as excited about this next year as we are here at the channel about what's going to happen single barrel wise, how that's going to affect the whiskey industry. I'm going to be doing some videos on what's sitting on the shelves in 2026 coming up, as well as keeping you informed about cigar brands that I'm smoking that I'm really enjoying. Please try out Haze Gray, Black Label Trading Company, Crown Heads, Room 101, Johnny Tobacco Knot, and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust on all of these cigars. If you can't figure out where to find them, just message me and I'll try to help you as much as I can. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. These are my top 5 whiskey and cigar brands for 2025. We'll see you right back here next time.